It's finally time to rank my favorite BLs of the year. I didn't include every single one I watched because I have reviewed most of them on my channel already. I want this to be a positive video, so I'm ranking my favorites and ending it there. If I ranked every BL released in 2020, we would not only be here forever, but I also wouldn't have the nicest things to say about a bunch of them. Today we're only gonna mention my top faves. Also, I should quickly mention, I'm only ranking shows that are completed. There are a handful that are currently airing. For a more accurate ranking, I'm only including ones I've watched from beginning to end. Let's get started. This series is gorgeous. The cinematography's storytelling in itself makes this a standout drama of the year. It's one enthralling shot after another. Maybe that's a given since it's a K-drama, but nonetheless it's impressive. The OST is what did it for me though. Wish for You is such a good song. The lyrics and instrumental is so heartwarming and made me fall in love with the show the second I heard it. The lyrics do such a good job telling the story of Insu and Isang's relationship. Not to mention the couple themselves are singing it and sounding phenomenal while they do it. Casting two idols to play aspiring musicians was the perfect call. They were able to put their all in these characters, not only because they are amazing actors, but because their real passion for music shines through in their roles. My minor complaints with Wish You all come down to how short it is. I was prepared for the series to be like this following the other Korean BLs we got this year. Having a full-blown show about being in a gay relationship in the Korean music industry is something I would be interested in. There is a lot of potential in that plot that 10-minute episodes can't explore, but what we got was fantastic and left such a strong impression on me. When I saw the preview for this, I was afraid it was going to feel like a fanfiction in a bad way, only because I don't really like K-dramas and it felt very much like the typical kind I wouldn't like. Ki-chan was what pushed me to watch it cause I was eager to see him after produce, but was so wrong about my first impression and I couldn't be happier. Well, it is a little fanfiction-y, but in a good way. It works. It's sweet and charming while having just the right level of seriousness and relatability that I want. While this Korean BL was short as well, it handled the pacing so well that I almost didn't realize how short the episodes were. If you are looking for a good BL to binge, this one is definitely worth your time. From here up the rankings don't really mean anything. They are all amazing. Every day it changes. Today I put together 6th. Together deserves all of its fame and praises. I don't care what anyone says. I have to admit part of the reason I'm so attached to this series is because of the time it was released. I was going through a lot like most of the world this year and Together was airing at the perfect time. It was my biggest comfort and most weeks it was the only thing I looked forward to. But the timing of the show isn't the only reason I love it. I adore Tyne and Solowat. They are natural and genuine. Man and Type are the perfect side couple. It's a feel-good series I can't help but get emotionally attached to. And Still Together is a flawless example of how to do special episodes. It made my love for Solowat and Tyne grow by 1,000. The more mature atmosphere and upgrade in editing and directing was what it needed to solidify itself as one of the best BLs of all time. Both Together and Still Together have been such a breath of fresh air. I feel like this is way too low, but then I look at the ones I put higher and I dunno. As I said, some days this will be number 1 in my heart, but other days something else takes its spot. But Life Love on the Line is a masterpiece. It is without a doubt one of my favorite shows of all time. Their imaginations caught my attention from the first episode. The concept of the line was brilliant. The way they portrayed events from different times in their lives was so well done. It is a phenomenal story of two boys learning as they grow and trying to find themselves. And Yuki is such a pure and playful soul. I can't help but melt when he's on screen. The theme of self-acceptance shined through considering how fast-paced the drama is. They jumped so fast from event to event that I didn't always have enough time to fully enjoy their happiest moments. Especially in the last episode. I wish it lasted a bit longer, but that's a minor complaint. They gave us so much to rewatch. Game Boys tackled the in a way no other series could. I'm beyond impressed with how the show itself handled the current situation, but also how well the series is written, directed and produced considering the real life circumstances. It blows my mind. Game Boys truly left an impact on me, more than anything else that came out this year. The storyline with Kairo's dad hit home for me. I won't go into my personal life, but it really affected me. I've never been this emotionally invested in a show. I relate to it too much. I wouldn't typically enjoy coming home and watching a show like this, especially in the stressful times we are in now. A show like Together is more like something I would want to watch after a long day of dealing with this in person. But to my surprise, Game Boys gave me comfort as well, but a different kind of comfort. I wasn't able to detach from reality like I could with other shows. Rather, I found comfort in understanding we are all going through similar struggles right now. It helped me feel less alone and almost like we're all in this together, we can get through it kind of comfort. It's refreshing in a weird way. It's just so amazing to see a show get it right. There are only a handful of shows like this out there that can tell the story of LGBTQ+ people in a way that is raw and true to our experiences. There are so many lines throughout the series where I just had to stop and take it all in. It resonates with me on such a deep level. Like in the movies, completely exceeded my expectations. This show did not demonize the person not ready to come out or drag him out before he was ready. It understands him without diminishing the strength and bravery of the person who is proudly out. Like in the movies, doesn't have $1 million budget, but they kept the cast small, not leaving a single character undeveloped. There was not a moment the series made me feel uncomfortable towards my own sexuality. It is refreshing to see a BL actually represent the community well. I get a little choked up thinking about it because this drama hits so close to home. Like in the movies is a game changer in the world of BL series. This is such a beautiful masterpiece of a show. I already reviewed it in my recent Enemies to Lovers video. I'm still in awe of how well thought out and well put together this series is. I'm still not even sure what the definition of BL is, and I'm honestly growing to not like the term. This is a coming of age drama. It really captures the aspects of growing up, which sounds like it would be boring, but it wasn't at all. There wasn't a single scene that felt like a filler. Every single part was important to the story, and the fact it was filmed in Phuket is so special. It added so much to the visual storytelling. It's far from Bangkok where most BLs are set, and that gave it such a unique vibe that I love. It was one more aspect that made it stand out to me in the pool of Thai BLs released this year. The music and sound effects were perfectly placed. That's a huge gripe I have with a lot of Thai shows in general. They tend to go in with the editing. I respect the effort, but it's usually not my taste. I Told Sunset About You delivered a beautifully emotional OST that fit the mood of the show perfectly. It's an instant classic. Cherry Magic was the biggest surprise of 2020. When I read the description, it really didn't sound like something I would enjoy. I mean, a guy who gets magic powers when he turns 30 because he is still a virgin. I was very skeptical to say the least, but the pure happiness and joy this series brought me is unmatched. These actors are also so damn talented. I didn't touch on acting much in this video, but Cherry Magic's cast can't go unappreciated. They all have excellent comedic timing. They really made this show what it is. This drama is a unique one-of-a-kind masterpiece. I like shows that are realistic with just enough unrealistic content to make it interesting. Cherry Magic pulled off exactly what I love. The supernatural aspect is there, yet none of the characters feels unrealistic. They are still so relatable while having this fantasy plot. I don't know how they did it, but the cast and crew pulled it off effortlessly. It tackles more than just romance. It touches on self-esteem, opening up to people around you, being kind to yourself and others, etc. It is such a sweet show that I completely recommend to everyone. Well, that's my ranking of 2020 BLs. I'm sorry this is going up so late. I really tried to have the video done by the end of the year, but I just couldn't. I was way too busy. Thank you for being so patient with me. You guys really helped me get through this last year, and I'm looking forward to spending more time on here in 2021. Let me know your ranking/favorite dramas of the year. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye my loves.